Oh, it's been a long time since I made a video. You probably all think I'm dead. I'm not dead though, sadly for you guys. Hi, it's been a while. I don't have the computer right now. My mom is using it to pay bills. Apparently that's more important than me entertaining you guys, so, you know, I mean, who can blame her? No, seriously, I'm way more important than bills. I've been absent for a while, as you've noticed. 3 weeks is a pretty good amount of time for me. I usually try to upload every single week. So 3 weeks is a little different than usual. I've been busy. I've been busy with doing like little projects for school. I've been busy being overloaded with emotions such as good emotions and emotions of Jesus. All those good Jesus emotions. Jesus emotions are fun. I'm kidding about the Jesus emotions. This is literally just depression. Just total depression. Just total depravity and emptiness inside. I'm a walking corpse. I've been busy with that, and then I've also been busy with a project of my own that I've been working on, and if you follow me on Instagram, you know what it is, or if you follow me on Snapchat, you know what it is. I'm working on a horror short film. Yay! I'm so terrible at filmmaking though, so it's probably gonna end up terrible, but you know, whatever. But in the meantime, I decided, you know what? It's been a long time since I've told a good old-fashioned story about me. So I thought to myself, you know what? Why not? Let's tell a good old-fashioned Keithy boy story. The setting is back in 3rd grade. Carline. Now, if you don't know what Carline is, which if you don't, then where the heck have you been all your life? It's basically where you just wait in a line for your car to arrive after school. Yeah, it's boring. I'm sitting down. Not actually sitting, I'm on a porch. Because in the 3rd grade, we had like this little porch area that we would stand at. And then the cars would come around and just pick us up. And it was cool. It was an actually really cool porch. Well, I was a social little butterfly. Like I loved talking to, you know, my friends. I loved talking to people that actually cared about me. So, you know, I didn't really mind standing around. It was really fun to just, you know, get to talk to friends after class and, you know, relate to them. So I'm standing there on this porch, all right, and I've got my hands on the railings, and I'm doing this type of motion, like, you know, like this, like, hey. I don't know what this motion is, but it represents something. I'm sitting there doing this motion, and then I suddenly feel something just go right in here, just stuck in my fingers. And I look, and it's a bug. A very black, buzzing bug. And I had no clue what it was. I wasn't able to make it out. But I did feel it like just gently whapping right against here. And I thought it was just its wings. Like it was going crazy. I could tell that it was trying to flap away and fly off and be free like the animal that it was supposed to be. But I was wrong about its intentions. It didn't just want to be free, it also wanted to harm me. For you see, this was no ordinary bug, no. This was a spawn of Satan himself! A spawn from the depths of hell! A spawn that had come up and directly planted itself in between my fingers! Right there! It had shut itself away from the world so that it could build up its poison potency, so that it could fly in between my fingers. I think you know what I'm talking about. It was a wasp. It was a freaking wasp. Alright? I think you know exactly what that is. So I'm not even gonna explain it. But it is a demon straight from hell. Alright? Those things suck. Apparently, I had caught this thing right in between my fingers as it was flying past. Because the idiot thought that he could fly between my fat fingers. As you can see, they're fat. so fat. I'm joking. It flies in between my fingers, and I feel it flapping. The flapping is not flapping, it's its freaking stinger! Injecting its lethal venoms into my skin. One by one, every single time that it hits my freaking finger, it injects a little bit more poison into my veins. So, little third grade me just lets it go. And I suddenly realize that bug looks very familiar. Oh gosh, it's a wasp. Right then. Right when I make that little connection in my tiny third grader brain, it hits me. The pain of 1,000 suns in this one finger. My flipping off finger. My naughty finger. Even though I never used it in that way, but it was my naughty finger. It was my offensive finger. I never used it in that way ever, but you get what I mean. It basically felt like fire was erupting out of my finger. It felt like this part of my finger was a volcano, and then it's just shooting out of my fingernails. Molten magma. From hell! I was in third grade, so I was a big crybaby, so I screamed. I'm like, ah! Oh gosh! Oh! Teacher! Teacher! Oh gosh, the pain is boiling my finger! Okay, maybe I wasn't that dramatic, but you get what I mean. So, my teacher brings me in. Now, she tries to treat the wound. It is all fine afterwards. But let me tell you, this wasn't the first time that I had an encounter with these beings. No, let's go back to a simpler time. Back to second grade. Second grade! I had just moved to Tennessee, where I live, state that I live, somewhere in that area. It was my first year being in a school in my new home. Although we didn't have a home at the time because we hadn't found one yet, I don't think. Either that or we did find one and we weren't able to live in it yet. So instead, we were living at a campsite for a bit. We had rented out a little campsite. We had set up a camp there. And we were just, kind of, staying there for a bit. Now, I don't know how long we stayed there because time for me in second grade was a little wonky. But it felt like a year. It felt like the whole year that I was in second grade, we were at this campsite. I know that's not true at all, but it felt like it. It felt like that was how long it was. I wake up this one fine morning, first day of second grade. First day of second grade, I'll tell you what I did. First day in the second grade. First day. Ow, jeez, I should not hit my hand that hard. Ow, gosh, dang it, why am I so dumb? This is why you don't drink Monster late at night. You do stupid things and then you realize that they're stupid. First day of second grade, I wake up in my tent. Well, our tent, basically. My mom woke me up. It was about, I don't know what time it was, but it was definitely early for little second grade me because I assumed that I had never woken up, before 10, I'm guessing, because, nowadays I don't wake up until like 12, at least, at most, until 4 p.m. I'm guessing that I woke up at about 10, so it was early for me to wake up at this time. I don't know what time it was definitely not 10. I wake up, and I shoot out of bed, and I rush the door, because my little two-year-old second grader bladder had an issue. I had to pee, basically. That's what I'm saying. So I rush out the door, unzip the tent, and I rush out the door because when a second grader has to pee, it's not a warning of, oh, I gotta pee. It's a death sentence, okay? You gotta get there now. Otherwise, there's gonna be an accident somewhere. I get on my sandals. My good old trusty Bumblebee Transformer sandals. Those were my favorite sandals ever. I remember them so fondly, except for on this day. I'm a tired little boy, so I'm not looking at where I'm going or where I'm stepping. And I suddenly took one step forward and I felt something right in between my big toe and my second toe, whatever you want to call that one. I don't remember. There's like this little pig went to market, this little pig stayed home. It was between the market pig and the stayed home pig. All right, those two. I feel something go in between there. And I look down. And what I see horrifies me. It was one of those spawns of Satan. One of those terrible spawns from the deepest depths of hell. It was either a honeybee or a yellow jacket. I don't know which, but it was yellow and it had stripes and it was gross and it was in my feet. My feet. My sensitive weak spot. My Achilles heel. It was my one weakness. My feet. And since I had open-toed sandals, it just kind of wedged right in between my feet. And I felt a poke, and then suddenly a burning sensation all the way up my leg. And my toe swelled up to the size of a watermelon. The thing crawled out from in between my feet and then flew off, and it was terrible. So little second grade me started screaming and crying. Went a little something like this. Oh gosh! Yeah. You see a pattern here. I didn't grow up much in third grade. But little did I know that bee was not any ordinary bee. It didn't inject some sort of venom into me that normal bees would. No. This was a cursed bee. And it gave me a curse. A curse that would last me a lifetime. And by a lifetime, I mean like one day. But you know, it felt like a lifetime, okay? So, what was this curse? What was this curse exactly? Well, it was the curse that would make me have the worst first day of school possible. Ever. Ever. It took all joy from that day and just sucked it out, siphoned it with a straw out of the system. Happiness was out of the equation. I didn't know that this bee was some sort of forest spirit, okay? I didn't know that it was some woodland nymph that had, you know, incarnated into this body. I didn't know that there was a genie just in there. Just if it had just popped out like a genie, just hey, you stepped on me. I would have bowed down and apologized. I would have gone, oh, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to disturb your peace. If you could just, you know, leave me be, I will be on my way. Just please do not sting me. I apologize so great. And then he starts singing Black and Yellow. I didn't know that this thing was a god, okay, that had cursed me. So I go to the bathroom, still crying, because it stung. It stung really bad. I was surprised that I didn't pee my pants right then and there. But I made it. I made it to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom, came back out. We're late. First sign that you're cursed. You're late. Second sign you're cursed. You get hurt. Alright, that's the second sign. Third sign is the rest of the day just kind of is a blur. We arrive at school. We get in my mom's van because she used to have a van. We go into my mom's van because she used to have a van back then. And I get my backpack on. Alright, I'm about to go into school. And I'm like, Mother! We're late. We gotta go in. So I buckled. I'm pretty sure my backpack back then had like a buckle. Like, you know those straps that you put over your arms? I'm pretty sure it had a buckle right in the middle of those straps that you could buckle for extra security. So I was like buckling it so that it wouldn't come off, no matter what. It was secured to my chest. My bosom was holding it still. And so the buckle was. I opened the door. I opened the sliding door to my mom's van. Or at least I think it was a sliding door. I'm not sure. I think it was either a sliding door or an open door. I don't know. I don't remember. But I think it was a sliding door. So I open the sliding door. And I jump out. And I don't know who closed the door, whether it was me, my sister, my mom, my family friend named Darlin. Yes, her name is Darlin. Darlin, I'm not going to say her last name. And that is her actual name. I'm not just calling her Darlin because, you know, she's Darlin. Although she is a darling, she's not, her name is Darlin. I don't know who closed it, but somehow it closed on my thumb. The curse had not lifted yet. Oh no, that bee's curse was not done. So I had fire shooting up my leg already from the bee. And then suddenly I'm closed in the door. And it's not just like a little nick. It's not like a halfway nick either. No. It went full ham on my thumb. All the way up to here. I was doing full hitchhiker thumb on this thing. It was just right on my thumb. Like a freaking alligator's jaw, just on my thumb. Just I'm sitting there, and being second grade me, I start crying. Not because I was a big baby who cried every single time that he lost a board game, or cried about losing at his sister or friend at video games, or really losing at anything. I was a brat. Really, it wasn't because of that. It was not because I was a crybaby. I was a tough kid that cried about everything. I was crying because the curse made me cry. Because I was a tough kid. I was Macho Man the Kid. And no tears would be shed unless there was something very wrong. And that thing that was very wrong was that curse that bee gave to me in the form of venom. So my fingers stuck, and immediately I'm just like... my thumb's stuck, and I'm just like pulling at it, just... Mother! It's like, I'm struggling with it, and I'm like trying to pull it out and all that. My mom's like, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. So she tries to pry open the freaking door. All right, I'm over-exaggerating here. She just opened the door. So now I had two appendages that were swollen like a watermelon. I had my thumb that was red like a cherry, swollen like a watermelon. I had my foot that the poison had gone straight up my leg, was in my thigh now. I felt it all the way up. It was bad. It was really bad. My toe was already swollen. It felt terrible in my shoes because I was no longer wearing my sandals. I don't think I think I was wearing like child sneakers. You know, the ones with the Velcro. I think I still wore those. Either that or I had laced ones. But I don't know. They were child's. Excuse me. They were child's sneakers, one way or another. So I'm already in pain. So now I have two appendages that are totally freaking ruined. Good part about this day was that apparently the students in my class were informed that there would be a new student, and because of that, they did not want to start the class without me, even though I was late. So they literally held the teacher hostage. No, they didn't. They told the teacher, please don't start the class without Keith. I walk in. This is the first glance that they see of me, and I'm pretty sure it was terrible. I've probably got like a face that's like covered in tears, you know. I'm just like walking in. I've got swollen thumb. I've got a red, I've got a limp, you know. It was not fun at all. The rest of the day was just a blur, but ever since then, I've gotten the bees back. Oh yes, I got them back. And by got them back, I mean I've killed every single one of them that has come into my house. And by killed, I mean I set them free. And by I mean my family, because I have a very bad phobia of them now.